pervert, right? Most of y'all don't even know what the word pervert means. Wolnez is a pervert. Maybe you should look the definition up. He seems to think that it's okay to harm people, and that's not okay. He seems to think that making false accusations is okay. He seems to think that after calling somebody names that it's somehow horrible for that person to call him those names back. No, it ain't. See, that's something ain't none of y'all getting. You don't get to do mean, evil, and abhorrent shit to me and just walk away. The least I can do is speak up. I'm doing more than speaking up. I speak up loud and proud. No matter what wolnez does, the fact is, I still need to turn in a whole bunch of evidence, and I need help doing it. I need help getting taken seriously. Now, wolnez and the situation with him, somebody got a hold of me tonight to say that he's got a YouTube channel. Oh, I already know. I already know. He got a hold of me on said YouTube channel to harass me. That's how I got his name. If it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't know his name. But he wanted to get a hold of me after harassing and threatening and intimidating and attempting to assault and then actually assaulting. And then what does he want to do? He wants to play victim. Poor him. I spoke up. Poor him. He decided that he was going to bully somebody who he thought he was just going to walk over the top of. Well, hell no. He wanted to accuse me of being a pedophile, and I'm going to ask you, how many of y'all remember me doing any such thing to Andrew Wolnez? Now, as far as his excuses, they ain't valid. He just wanted somebody he could bully and get away with, and he picked the wrong motherfucker. And that's all because them youth want to keep fucking with me, and they think that's okay. You know, I don't care if you're 16 or 60. You don't go destroying people's property just because you didn't get what you want right when you wanted it. Now, when it comes to people's safety and people's lives, that's when it's acceptable to break shit. When it comes to tyranny, that's when it's okay to break shit. He wanted to accuse me of doing drugs. He wanted to even outright claim that he had seen me do them. Somebody got a hold of me to let me know he's got a channel. Well, of course I know he's got a channel. Hell, he might have gone over and gotten some help so that he can make videos, which, being as I've seen his beautiful mug come up in my timeline, yeah, I'd have to say that he's definitely making videos. Does any of that shut me up? No, it doesn't. None of that shuts me up. His repeated violence is recorded on my channel, and he don't fucking like that. He wanted to go calling people pedophiles with no victims. Wanted to accuse people of what? Murder. That's right. Wanted for murder. I've never been wanted for murder because I'm not a murderer. A bunch of cops tried to frame me for murder. And then they tried to keep me on the line once they realized I wasn't a murderer by putting the mentally ill tag, just in case they didn't catch the murderer. But I was never once charged with murder, attempted murder, or anything like it. The unfortunate fact is, this guy is barking up the wrong damn tree. He also thinks he gets a free ride. Nuh-uh. You don't get a free fucking ride. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life in prison to turn in child molesters, rapists, and murderers. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life in prison to see to it that nobody ever threatens my family again when one of these junkies fucks up. But I am not willing to kill people. A lot of people have offered me guns, and a great many people have told me to get a gun specifically for wolnez, since it is obvious that the police are completely fucking inept. Despite this, I still refuse to get a firearm. I refuse to shoot wolnez. I have refused to assault him back. The worst he gets out of me is me calling him the same stuff back, and he sure as shit doesn't like it. I speak up because I'm being abused. He slanders my name because he can't do it alone. He's too much of a coward. Does he care about the truth? Abso-fucking-lutely not. All he cares about is that he seems to have found a victim nobody cares about. I'm tired of these predators assaulting me. I'm tired of them breaking my things. If they don't want to be recorded doing illegal shit, maybe they shouldn't do illegal shit. Guess what? If I gotta do illegal shit, I'll admit to my illegal shit before I do my illegal shit. Matter of fact, I will tell you outright that I'm about to go do some illegal shit. I'll also tell you why. If there's lives at stake, I don't give two holy fucking shits about your goddamn opinions. When people end up dead, I'm not gonna shut up just because you have a fucking opinion. And when predators like Andrew Wolnez want to go slandering me, I'm not gonna discourage you from listening. Matter of fact, I will encourage you to listen. I will encourage you to listen. Listen to his excuses, then look at the evidence. Listen to his excuses. I want you to go through, and I want you to find all the times that I've been charged with child abuse. Guess what? There's literally zero. And why is that? Because I don't abuse children. Why don't you look back and look how many times I've been charged with any form of sexual assault? There are literally zero. Do you know why? Because I don't go doing that shit either. Why don't you go back through and look at how many times I've been charged with murder? You might be surprised to know that the answer is 0 on that one as well. Now, why is it the wolnez wanted to start shit with me? And what are his excuses? What did he want to call me? He wanted to call me a pedophile and a murderer. That's right. And then he wanted to be angry because I was supposedly writing about some kids. Oh, I was writing, absolutely, which isn't illegal. I was also recording the actual situations with those racist shitheads. Not sure if you knew this, but a 22-year-old doing that shit, it doesn't matter if you call him a kid or not. Also, when you got someone who's pretending to be a grown-ass adult so they can talk to me, that's not okay. Kyron Rhodes fucked up pretty good. That's too bad. He's a grown-ass adult now, and he can be charged as an adult. Now, the abuse that I have to endure because the cops are just going to pawn me off on mental health, and mental health is just going to run around in circles. So what do I have to do? I just have to endure it, even though it keeps me up at night. Not just wolnez, but many other predators in this town who have taken part. I believe in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And although I don't always know the right thing to do, I'm not the one running around looking for excuses to hurt people. I'm not the one slandering people's names as an excuse to harm them, to assault them, to threaten them. The things I threaten, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I tend to follow through. That's what makes them so that they're not threats. If you're going to harm me because you heard a fucking rumor, you're a disgusting excuse for a human being. A lot of people are speaking up about wolnez. Well, a few anyway. Wolnez literally went into the Safeway last night. He went in there, bought something, and then left. And on his way out, wanted to twang on my vehicle and start yelling more bullshit. This ain't fucking okay. Meanwhile, we're still twiddling our goddamn thumbs over the mentally ill tag. Keeping it fucking tied up with the mentally ill tag. What needs to be focused on is the abuse. As long as we allow these people to ignore the abuse, they get to sell whatever fucking story they want. And I'm talking about the police. As well as TFCC. I speak up for a reason. Wolnez knows what he's doing is wrong. So how many people are going to make the excuse that he's mentally ill, so I should just let him? How many people are going to pretend that he's schizophrenic? How many people are going to tell me he's delusional? He's not delusional. He's clout seeking. He wants attention. He wants people to like him, and they don't. Now, a lot of people want to pretend that holding women accountable to their actions is women hating. It's absolutely not. Men have to be more afraid of false allegations than women do of rape. How sad is that? 32% of American children don't even know who their father is. 32%. That's pretty significant. Of course, you can't say that because then you're somehow a woman hater, right? No. I'm an equal opportunity asshole. I talk about deadbeat dads too. You know why they call them deadbeat dads, don't you? Because you can beat them to death, you're still never going to get your money. Is that a horrible child support joke? You goddamn right it is. Now, the lady that I was told to let know about it, I do let them know about it every time. The problem is not having someone to call the cops with me and say, hey, this shit's really fucking happening. And that's not what they're doing. None of these mandated reporters are paying attention to the fucking violence. None of them are taking a look at the abuse that I'm enduring. All of them are wasting time and wasting your American tax dollars. Meanwhile, predators like Andrew Wolnez, Ted Bollinger, Tim Beeson, and Robert Franklin Mornick still walk free. Don't victimize people if you don't want to end up on the internet. Recorded victimizing people. And I told the lady about it again. It's what I was instructed to do. Go to this person, or this person if you're being abused. If it happens in the parking lot, come and let them know. Park in the area where the cameras are supposed to be able to see it. So I went and parked there. And that doesn't work. Nobody bothers looking at the camera. They just blow it off like it's no big thing. Hey, you know what? When somebody's being fucking victimized and they can't go to the cops alone, maybe you should pay attention to that. Maybe you should find out what's going on from them. It's not like I'm not trying to tell them. It's not like I'm trying to keep it a big fucking secret. But as a man, that's what's expected of me. I'm expected to take abuse and just keep on taking it. That's fucking dumb. Wolnez is literally going to make me kill him. The police are literally going to make me kill him. TFCC is literally going to force me to kill him. Because they didn't want to do their jobs. And now they can't be trusted. When somebody is abused and they're denied their rights because the cops want to call them mentally ill, that doesn't mean that the person wasn't fucking abused. It means the cops are fishing for illegal excuses. Calling somebody mentally ill doesn't mean there was no fucking crime committed. Calling somebody mentally ill doesn't make it magically okay to look away from them being victimized. You know who does that? Predators. predators, perverse individuals, such as Andrew Wolnez, Leslie Snell, Scott DaCosta. Y'all got no idea, do you? Of course not. Only if it's entertaining. Wolnez is enjoying the limelight. He, like many other predators, gets busted red-handed. And it's fine. Because the cops aren't going to do their goddamn jobs. TFCC ain't going to do their goddamn jobs. And nobody is using their fucking brains. What would you do if it was your friend or family being harmed? Now let's look up the word pervert here. Let's see what it says. Pervert, verb, alter something from its original course, meaning, or state, to a distortion or corruption of what was first intended. He was charged with conspiring to pervert the course of justice. And all of these idiots, all of them do that. They are obstructing justice by not doing their jobs as mandated reporters. And that is the most important job that any of these people hold. It is required for them to do their jobs. Especially for somebody that they want to call mentally ill. If I'm so mentally ill, there are supposed to be protections for people who are quote unquote mentally ill. Meanwhile, it was my physical disabilities that got me my disability. Not that it matters, because all the progress made was just thrown away by the fact that, yeah, it doesn't matter how honest I am, these people are doing everything they can not to be subpoenaed, not to have to speak up, not to have to admit that they fucked up. That's nationwide, by the way. The cops here have committed plenty of crimes. So have the drug addicts. So have those who are deemed mentally ill. But those of you who are neurotypicals, you're the most violent people out there. Then we got people like Wolnez. Statistically, who's most likely to be a child molester? Your dad. Who's in second place? Your mom. That's right. Your mom. Of course, that depends on whether or not you listen to the police or you pay attention to polls. There's a lot of college students that'll speak up in those polls, but they're not going to speak up in real life. That's because they're men. Men aren't allowed. If I act like Wolnez, what do? You'll call it in and have me arrested immediately, won't you? When people are doing physical harm to my personal body, you will look the other way like a bunch of sick shits. I do things most people won't. I stand up to my predators and yours while you look away. There's a lot of people who had to deal with my predators after they kicked me in the teeth. And then they want my help putting away those predators. Well, they had the ability to put away those predators before they became victims, but they didn't. There's a lot of people who are involved who want to tell me about their friends and family, their children, their husbands, their wives being threatened. I did not choose Wolnez to be a predator, but I did choose to speak out against predators, including Wolnez. No matter what he's saying on his channel, the fact is he's changed. Cops didn't want to do their jobs. They expected a disabled homeless man to do their jobs for them. Well, I've done their jobs for them. They still refuse to do their jobs. So what am I supposed to do? There's a lot of people who have seen this shit happen. So at the Safeway, down at the Fred Meyers, there's a situation that actually happened, and then there's what the police want to pretend. And thank goodness I recorded the situations. Unfortunately, the police, well, to this day, they still want to pretend. If you play make-believe, does that make it okay? If you want to make believe like your boyfriend raped you, you want to make believe like your wife, well, is cheating on you. I don't care what you want to make believe. What I care about is whether or not you're hurting people. You get to see in many, 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 many videos where I'm being assaulted that I never assault the son of a bitch back. It don't matter if it's the cops, if it's Wolnez, it don't matter. I just have to take the abuse until somebody actually gives a shit that I'm being fucking abused and wants to focus on stopping the abuse, not sending me on endless fucking hoops for mental goddamn health. On the bright side, at least I record this shit so I can prove I'm telling the truth. Unfortunately, until I can get somebody to actually grow some intestinal fortitude, I just got to take this abuse. I don't hate women, and I don't hate men. I hate how shitty people are to those that they see as low value. Well, fuck you. I'm a fucking badass. Ain't none of you fuckers out here taking these lumps. None of you out here protecting the innocent. Not a goddamn one. I'm out here doing it. You pretend that coming out and feeding us, that's good enough. No, it's not. If you helped us to stop the abuse, we wouldn't need handouts that are just going to be thrown in our face later. Andrew Wolnez He wants to go for any of the excuses that he believes make it okay for him to victimize somebody. Like, oh yeah, I'm really only victimizing Sean Schwartz because he's smaller than me and can't fucking defend himself, obviously. Plus, he's alone, so that magically makes it okay. But does it? Is it okay to assault me if nobody cares? Legally, no. But realistically, yeah. Cops don't want to do their fucking jobs. Are you kidding me? Thank goodness I saved as much evidence as I did. Unfortunately, nobody's taking it fucking seriously. Between killing Andrew Wolnez and trying to turn him in, which am I trying to do? Between killing Tim Beeson and trying to turn him in, which one am I trying to do? Between killing Ted Bollinger and turning him in, which one am I trying to do? That's right, I'm trying to turn these pieces of shit in. I didn't make you into a coward. Toughness isn't your ability to beat on somebody. Toughness is your ability to take a beating and keep on going. Of course, when somebody twice your size is beating on you because you can't run away, well, it kind of makes it a pain in the grain, don't it? Lucky for me, wolnez is not twice my size. Matter of fact, he might be an inch shorter than me, and he is scrawny as all hell. Does that make it okay to harm people? Does that make it okay to slander somebody's name and assault them repeatedly and then play victim? That's the thing, I don't have to play victim. There's enough people like wolnez on my channel to show that I am being fucking harmed. Now, as far as folks getting a hold of me and letting me know he's got a YouTube channel, I already know. I already blocked him from my channel. You don't get to slander my name and then throw a tantrum because you're up on my channel. That ain't gonna happen. You don't get to harm innocent people, slander their name, and think you're just gonna walk away. Because he's not just walking away. He keeps coming by, keeps doing this shit, and as a result, I keep speaking up. You don't like the fact that I exercise my First Amendment rights. And nearly everybody wants to jump straight to the Second Amendment or violence. That's not the help I need. Andrew Wolnez made a choice, just as the cops here made a choice. They chose to break the law. That was their choice.